Hello, AriTheGoddess here. I hope you're all doing well today. May this message resonate with you, and may you always use true discernment within every message. May the divine guide you and bring you the truth, the wisdom, and the clarity that is needed for your life, for your journey, and for this moment. Thank you all so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your positive energy. And thank you for your listening. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So as you can see, if you're looking on the screen, this is going to be a divine activation and healing message. This is my own personal digital deck that I created. And I use my personal digital deck along with other decks to give these messages. And also, as you can see, that this deck look a little different, well, a lot of different. And I chose to do it this way. Well, actually, I was guided to do it this way. And I just hope that, those who are meant to purchase this deck, you're able to better understand it, and that you're able to be, divinely guided when it comes to this message. And just hopefully just everything overall when it comes to this deck is able to be a guidance and a help to you all. So I'm gonna go ahead and start as I do always. How I do these messages, I just allow myself to, I scroll, and wherever my finger stops, that's the message, and I speak about that message. So I'm gonna allow myself to be divinely guided. Let's see what it is that you all are meant to hear at this moment in time. Freedom. I let go of all beliefs, habits, and fears that doesn't serve the divinity within. I'm no longer in bondage to illusions. I can safely let it go and allow the divine's way to be done. So freedom. There's a need for freedom in this time of beliefs, of habits, and fears. I'm getting for someone, you're elevating in this time, you're evolving in this time. I'm getting that these emotions, these habits are heavy, and they cannot go with who you are becoming and this elevation, this evolving that is happening in this time, in this shift, basically. There's a shift that is happening in this time, and in this shift, fear can't go, these beliefs can't go, and these habits cannot go. So it's a reminder right now in this time to let go of these, set yourself free from it so that you can evolve and so that you can be a part of this shift that is happening at this very moment in time. And it's a reminder for you to know that it is safe for you to let go. You can be seeing the numbers 444. It's a reminder for you to know how protected you are, how supported you are, and how loved you are in this time. And everything is going according to the divine's plan. You're just being guided in this time to surrender and to trust it, to let go of the things that no longer serve you in this time so that you can move forward and go with that shift, as you are a part of that shift. And divine wants you to be a part of that shift. And it's up to you, though, in this time to let go of those beliefs, those doubts, those fears, so you can be a part of this shift. Extraordinary. And this is why you're a part of that shift. It's because you're extraordinary. I'm going to read it. It says there are remarkable in this shift. I'm going to say this. In this shift, there are remarkable gifts, abilities, and talents that are within you. Allow yourself to be unique in your own way. Your authenticity will inspire others to do the same. I'm speaking to someone, you could have went through an awakening. You could be going through an awakening in this time. You could be seeing the number 777. There's so much that you are activating and healing in this time. You're learning so much spiritually and as an individual in this time. And there's so much that is within you that is being activated, such as, like I said, your gifts, your abilities, and your talents. And this is what's going to be, what's the word that I want to use? This version of you where you are confident in those gifts, abilities, and talents. This is what's going to be happening in that shift. You're going to be confident in that shift. I hope that makes sense. in this shift, when you let go of those beliefs, those habits, and those fears, you're going to be able to be more confident in who you are, and be able to express these gifts, these abilities, and these talents. And it's a reminder for you to know that the reason why you're going through this in this time, you're going through this shift in this time, so that you can be who you are meant to be, who you have always seen yourself as. For some reason, I feel like my brain tried to like backpedal, if I can say that. It's like I was trying to say one thing, but something else came out. So forgive me if what I just said did not make like clear, like if it wasn't clear, or if it just seemed like it was kind of off. It's like it seemed like my words tried to like, I was trying to say one thing, but something else was coming out. But this is a reminder from this message. So I'm going to just start again. I'm going to just do it again. That's one thing I'm also learning in this time, not to try to be so perfect in every single thing. I actually thrive more when I just choose to allow, choose to start over if I need to start over, choose to keep going if I need to keep going, because we have that right to. So maybe that happened so that I could say that, maybe someone needed to hear that everything doesn't have to be so perfect. And it could be with your gifts, it could be with your talents, it could be with your abilities. There's this reminder for you to know that everything doesn't have to be so perfect, that maybe that's why you're being guided to let go of those beliefs, those doubts, those fears. Wow, I'm just amazed at how everything is in alignment, how that just happened, and how it's still speaking to whomever it is needing to be spoken to. It's still speaking the message that needs to be spoken. Like I said, maybe that's the belief that needs to be let go, the doubt that needs to be let go, the fear that needs to be let go, the illusion that is needing to be let go is that everything has to be so perfect before you start this thing, before you give your gift, before you give your talent, before you give your abilities that you have. For you to even let yourself be extraordinary, you probably feel as though you have to be this perfect being. But that's what makes you unique and extraordinary, is because you don't have to be. You can still be authentic and still be unique and still be extraordinary without everything having to be so perfect. I really hope that makes sense. And it's funny because I see it in every day. I love seeing it as well. I love seeing when things aren't perfect. Like I said, I've said this before, it's like there's depths of me. Some things I really don't care if it's perfect or not. And I'll just do it. But there's other things where I'm like, this gotta be perfect. So I'm learning overall where this needs to take place. I even said, and it's funny because I see where things aren't even perfect when it comes to $1 million movies, or buildings, where luxurious buildings where they have certain notes in elevators, or just certain notes written down where a word is misspelled or a word is said wrong. Even in movies where certain visuals, you can tell that they were at different times. I be seeing stuff like that. I don't know if anyone else does that, can see that as well when it comes to movies and just different things. But I see every day where things aren't perfect, but that don't mean that it isn't what it is. It don't mean that it isn't that person or it isn't that thing. It doesn't mean that that it still isn't what it is. I really hope that makes sense. But I'm gonna keep going. But you are extraordinary. It's just a reminder for you to know how extraordinary you are. Remember, there are remarkable gifts, abilities, and talents that are within you, and you're being guided in this time to allow yourself to be unique in your own way. Wow, it says your authenticity will inspire others to do the same. And it's like, as I read this again, everything I just said just made sense, because it's like, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm just going to keep going. So extraordinary. You are extraordinary. I keep going. Energy clearing. When healing, you may find yourself detaching from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Please know that this is all a part of the divine's plan. Wow, so there's a lot of energy clearing that is happening right now at this time, because like I said, you're evolving, you're elevating. There's a shift, and you're being guided to go with that shift. And there could be things, people, places that could be heavy, that could be hindering you from moving forward in this shift. And it's not that it's a bad thing. Who you're letting go, what you're letting go, the places that you're moving away from, it doesn't mean that it's all bad. It just means that it can't be a part of this shift, because maybe when it comes to these people, places, and things, you're not being your extraordinary self. You're not being your unique self. You're not being your authentic self. You're not honoring that. And it could be because of the energy of these people, places, and things. It's not allowing you to, because there could be a hold. Could be some type of connectedness when it comes to a belief, a habit, a fear, an illusion. Maybe it's a part of some illusions that no longer serve you no more. Maybe these people, places, and things is a part of an illusion that you're breaking free from. Wow. And so in this time, there's a need for you to know that what you're clearing out is meant for you to clear out, because it no longer serves you. And you're being guided to know that it's all a part of the divine's plan. It's all a part of you becoming remarkably you, more and more you, and honoring that and giving that not just to yourself, but others too. I really hope that makes sense. Energy clearing. I feel so, when it comes to this deck, this new way of how I did it, it feels so much more, do I want to use the word relaxing? I want to use that word, but that's not what I want to use. Like, now that when I first made this deck with the images and everything, there was so much that was going on in my life, but I still wanted to make something that I can bring to others to help them get through. And I'm not going to say that I rushed, because I do believe that I was divinely guided in making that deck when it came to the pictures and everything, because the words are still the same. I just took the pictures off. The pictures, like I said, it was my inner child. I've said this before too. It was my inner child wanting to create. And in that time, I was creating in a lot of chaos that I was going through. That was right in the time where I was being like, I was behind on rent, and I was in the process of being evicted from my apartment. This was also the time where my mom ended up getting sick, and I ended up having to take her in. This was also the time where I was going through my awakening and trying to learn and heal and activate what it was needed to be learned and activate within. This was also the time where my daughter, she was going through what she was going through in school, and she wasn't doing good when it comes to her grades and everything when it came to school. This was also when I didn't have a car, and I had a car, but this is also when I was working 7 days, 7 days every week, not getting no break. So mentally, I was exhausted. Spiritually, I was exhausted. Emotionally, I was exhausted. Did I say physically? I was exhausted, but I still wanted to create. I still had that fire, little bit of fire within me to create. And so with the pictures from before, they look chaotic. They look like what I was going through. I appreciate that version of that deck, because I was still able to create. I appreciate that part of my life. I appreciate what I was able to create from that deck, but I'm no longer in that space anymore. And as you can tell within this deck, it's a little bit more clearer. It's no pictures. I was guided not to put pictures this time. Not saying like in my future decks that I'm not gonna put pictures, but I was guided to like redo this deck, almost like a rebranding, I guess you could say. And everything was guided, and everything just felt more clearer when doing this deck, if that makes sense. And I feel like those who know, who has been here, and those who just pay attention and just have discernment, you'll be able to see that without me really even just speaking that for real. And if you want to purchase this deck, it's definitely it definitely will be in the description, and the link will be there for you to click and purchase. That's if you want to, if you're guided to. But I wanted to put that in there. So yes, going back to this energy clearing, I feel like I needed to say that because I've been doing a lot of energy clearing, and I just feel like it's showing as well. So I'm gonna keep going. Allowing. It says allowing. Allow yourself patience and grace so that you can unlock a new level of truth within. Actually, I'm glad I saw this message, because I said that I didn't change the words. This is one of the messages that I did end up I changed a few words around this message. I did it like on like 2 or 3. I had to change the words around in it. Because like I said, my mind is a lot more clearer. I'm able to see more of what it is that I've been trying to get out in the messages, and what I need to put in the message. And that's what I did with this message. And I like it. I like how it sounds more. It says, allow yourself patience and grace so that you can unlock a new level of truth within. And that's what you're being guided to do at this time. When it's like allowing yourself to have patience for yourself and allow yourself to have grace for yourself. Because when you allow this, you're able to remove what needs to be removed. You're able to unlock. There's something, it's like when you allow yourself that, it's like it's this key to unlock the door to that new level that is within you. It's like, I know I've learned that on my journey. You could be learning this on your journey, or this may be something that you may need to hear so that you can unlock that new level. Because maybe it's been hard for you. Maybe it's been blocked for you. Maybe it's been stagnant for you. And it may be because you haven't been giving yourself the grace that you deserve. And maybe this is a message that is reminding you to give yourself the grace that you deserve. Because you deserve it. That grace has already been given to you from divine. You're being guided to give it to yourself because you deserve it. But I ask, have you been given that? Have you not been giving yourself grace because you have not been patient and graceful for others? Because that could be another reason why. That's none of my business. I was just guided to ask that question. Because maybe you're being guided to ask that question. Maybe you can't give yourself grace and patience because maybe you haven't been giving yourself grace and patience to others. And not only you deserve it, but others do as well. Because when you give yourself grace and patience, or if you give others grace and patience, that unlocks new levels for them as well. So, like I said, that's none of my business. I'm just guided to ask the question. And you're just guided to ask yourself that question and fill in the blank. And be honest and truthful with yourself. Because that'll also unlock another level for you. So I'm just being a vessel. Allowing. You deserve that grace. I think I heard something that said, or maybe I'm about to make this up, and it sounds good. But it was like, I don't know if I'm about to make this up or not. But it's like, you know how people be like, such and such look good on you? I'm hearing like grace look good on you. Because it do. Grace look good on you. It looked like you could tell when somebody's been giving themselves grace. A lot of people don't understand it though. And the reason why a lot of people don't understand what grace look like on a person is because they haven't. The only people that understand what grace look like on a person is if they've been given themselves that grace and others that grace. But a lot of people don't know what grace look like. Grace looks like a lot of patience. Grace looks like a lot of, there could be like, quote unquote, mistakes being made, but the person just peaceful. The person just relaxed. They just a smiling. They just a going. They just a flowing. They just, what to say, allowing. And so those who don't understand, who don't know what grace is, they're not going to understand that this person is walking in grace. They're having grace for themselves. They're allowing themselves grace and patience so that they can unlock, so they can get to the next chapter in their life, so they can get through this shift, so they can get through, so they can get out of this and through. Am I saying that? They're trying to get out of where they are. So in order to get out, they got to get through it. But you got to give yourself grace. I really hope that makes sense. Like I said, grace looks good on you. And a lot of people are not going to understand what this is, what grace looks like, if they have not chose to give themselves grace or even give others grace. So grace really do look good on individuals who give themselves grace. But you got to give it to yourself and stand in it. Not be moved. Not look to your left or your right. Not care, because you know people judging while you in this graceful. You know people will be judging you in it, but you can't be moved by that because you know where it gets you. We've been given grace already. But it's in this time where this grace is needing to be given to yourself, it's time for you. If you need to be reminded of what grace looks like, look at all the times you were able to get out of situations look at all the times that you asked for help from divine and you were able to get out of it, or you were able to get through it. And look at the peace that you were able to have, the glow you was able to have, the balance you were able to have, the harmony you was able to have. So if you need a reminder, that could be that reminder. And it's time for you to know that you can give yourself that as well. And to let go of the judgment of yourself and others. Because that may be another reason why it's blocked. And you can't see it if certain things are there. I'm going to keep going. Grounding. It says, through grounding, I allow myself to feel stable and secure. Through grounding, I allow myself to feel stable and secure. So it may be a reminder right now for you to ground yourself so that you can feel stable and secure in this time. You may be guided in this time to spend more time in nature. You may be guided in this time to meditate more. You may be guided in this time to just be in stillness, because it's going to help you when it comes to that stability and that security. Root chakra. Wow. It's funny, I talked about grounding and stability and security because that's what the root chakra is. That's where that comes from. That stability comes from when your root chakra is grounded and when it's healed and when it's unblocked. That's when you can feel that stability, that security. That's when you can feel that grounding energy. So there's a need for someone in this time to allow themselves to ground so that they can heal their root chakra, because that's where it starts from, is the root. That's where your foundation starts from, the root. Maybe in nature, spend some time by a tree. A good example of a good foundation is a tree. A rooted foundation is a tree. Look at the roots that when you stand by that tree, or when you sit by that tree, or from a distance from a tree, look at how the roots are grounded within the ground. Look at how they're perfectly there and they don't move. And how it is letting that tree stand tall and beautiful, short, tall, whatever, Some trees not always tall, but you can, going back to what I was saying about the roots, is it's helping that tree be stable and secure and have that firm foundation. So there's a need for you to ground yourself in this time so that you can feel that strong foundation, because this is going to help you not only right now, but also in this new part of your life as well. Root chakra. Red could be significant as well. You may be guided to listen to certain sounds when it comes to this. You also may be guided in this time, if you believe in affirmations, speak certain affirmations. Like I said, meditate, stillness. Also journaling can help in this time as well. It says, I now have a foundation that is firm and stable. Wow. I just read grounded, and then this, okay. Through the divine, I am supported, stable, and protected. Can't make this message up. All of the messages are aligning. I'm going to keep going though. But root chakra is very much important. I say that because it's like, it's even for me. Like when I say can't make that up, it even be for me. So it's not just for y'all. It's for me as well. And I just laugh at anything. So I just be finding anything to say, so later on I can laugh at. So root chakra is here. I now have a foundation that is firm and stable. Through the divine, I'm supported, stable, and protected. Remember I said you could be seeing the numbers 444, 777. Go to some numbers. 333. We seeing 333 a lot as well. It's time to be courageous in your endeavors. Have faith in this time and know that this will be accomplished. Like I said, you could be seeing the numbers 333. And I'm getting for someone like you have, like it, you will be, you're coming out of something. You're coming out of something. And for someone, it's like you're getting through something. So this could be for different individuals. Some you're coming out of this, some you're getting through this. Meaning like, some are coming out of a situation like this shift, and some are getting through the shift. It's like if I try to explain it a little like more, I'm gonna mess it up. So I just hope that whatever I just said resonates to whomever is needing to resonate to. But like I said, 333 is here. I'm getting like this transformative energy. Like I said, elevated energy, evolving energy. You're going with this shift. You're awakening. Your soul is awakening. Energetic awakening. That's what I'm feeling like, that card, that energy. I haven't gotten to the other card yet. Okay. That's the card that I'm getting, that energetic awakening card from the Lightworkers deck. But yes, it's time to be courageous in your endeavors. Have faith in this time and know that this will be accomplished. All right, let's get to what are after the numbers. The elements. All right. A time to let go of old ways of thinking. Let go of the ego and its habitual ways of wanting to control every outcome. So I was going to say the word, but I'm not sure what YouTube would do when it comes to saying that. So I just chose not to say it. That's why I just chose to read it. It's not even the elements. Hold on, we skipped one. Well, it's too late now. It's too late. I mean, I can. Let's see if I got it to a... I'm going to come back to this message. Let me see if I got it to an element, because that's what was next. Fire. There we go. Fire. A time to shine and to burn any negativity that has kept you dormant. Wow. Fire. A time to shine and to burn any negativity that has kept you dormant. Yeah, it's time. You are awakening. Fire. Fire energy. Your sacral chakra could be significant. You may be guided to listen to certain sounds, to meditate and continue to unblock that sacral chakra in this time as well, because that's where your creativeness come from, your courageousness come from. things that you'll want to create in a unique way. That's where that comes from. So you may be guided in this time to heal that, so that you can activate that fire within, so that fire can be lit up and you can create. All right, going back to this one, a time to let go of the old ways of thinking. So it's like, if there's any doubts, remember that goes back to the extraordinary message we saw. If there's any doubts, if there's any beliefs or illusions and fears that you may have had before, it's like, that's not where we're going to be in this new chapter. I just heard a horn, so that could be significant, that could be confirmation, but it's like that way of thinking, it can't go with you. It says let go of the ego. It's like that's the ego wanting to be very like, this happened before, so you don't want this to happen again. It's like it's trying to protect you. Also, it's kind of in a way it's not just trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect you. But it's time to trust, to surrender, and let that energy know that you got this, and that you believe in yourself, and that whatever happened is meant to happen. So if it's trying to tell you that this gonna happen, be like, if that's what's gonna happen, it's because it's meant to. But I'm trusting in the divine. I'm trusting in source in this time. I don't have those fears anymore. I don't have those beliefs anymore. I don't believe that anymore. Yes, I believe that in the past, ego, but I don't believe that now, because I have evolved. I have elevated. That let go of the ego and its habitual ways of wanting to control every outcome. See, it's trying to control the outcome of it, thinking it knows everything. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's like it's trying to protect. There's a balance, and you got this. So that's it for this deck. I'm just going to grab two decks. And we're going to move forward. Again, if you were interested in the Divine Activation and Healing deck, the link will be in the description below. It is new and improved, and I really believe that you all will like it. Also, for those who have already purchased the deck, this new deck is already that should already be uploading when you now look at the deck. So the old deck won't show anymore. When you go to look at the file, it will show this one. I really hope that makes sense. And if you want the old deck, if you want to keep the old deck, just email me, and I will connect that file again to it. All right, I have here, answer the call in the great gathering. It says, what is your soul calling you to do? And I have here the great gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hit, soul tribe. So it's like there's an awakening, there's a shift that is happening that's all coming together. Where a lot of souls, the call, where a lot of souls are being called in this time, and it's coming together. Your intuition could be getting stronger. A lot of souls' intuitions are getting strong. A lot of individuals are getting stronger within their intuition. It says, yeah, it's time. It's like whatever you're being calling, whatever your soul is calling you to do in this time, it's not just calling you, it's calling others that are like you, that have extraordinary, unique gifts, abilities, and talents, and have the heart that you have. It's not only calling you, it's calling them as well. And there's a reminder in this message for you not to dim your light. It says, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? It's like I'm speaking to someone who knows that they have greatness within them. It's like you've always probably seen yourself as, just doing great things. And you may have just over time dimmed your light, you may have dimmed your light because you may have felt bad for being in this energy, or you may have felt bad for just moving forward in this energy, or just being who you know that you being who you know that you see yourself as. You just may have felt, I'm getting the word guilty, or you may felt you may felt stressed out that, before it even happened. You may have stressed yourself out before it even happened due to what others may have think of you, or you don't want to feel like you bigger or better than anyone. It's something like that for someone. It's something like that. And it's like there's a need for you in this time, as you go within this shift, to not dim your light anymore. Because I'm getting this, and this is something I had to tell myself. It's like, it doesn't serve no one. You think that it's serving people by you dimming your light because you don't want to, you feel like you don't want to step on anyone's toes, but you not being in your full, authentic, potential self. You're stepping on your toes, therefore stepping on others' toes as well. It's not that you're doing it on purpose. It's just there's some type of perspective change or understanding or inner knowing that is needing to take place, so that you can know that, so that you can be great. But it's like it doesn't serve you or anyone else. Wow, it says share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Wow. Wow. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? It says share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. There was this another thing that came to me in the message as well. It was like those who, and this the card I'm getting, it's like renewal, stepping into uncharted territory. It's like that I don't have that card out, but that's the card I just thought of when I was about to speak on what I'm about to speak on. Let me speak on it though. Okay, so it's like this thing where those who are meant to be in the light, like that are meant to, like those who are meant not to dim their light, it's like they're the ones who are afraid not to dim their light, but there are others who are in places that aren't supposed to be. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. It's just the timing, the wheel is turning. I hope that makes sense. It's like the wheel is turning. It's like, yeah. And it's like, it's just funny how, it's not funny, but I just was talking to myself of just how those who are meant to be in those places are afraid. But those who are in those places, they're not afraid. But it's funny also because those that are in those places put others, sometimes, not all the time, you just see certain things happening where they're putting others down, and it's anyway, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get it. That's energy I don't want to get into. So yeah, everything happens for a reason. Everyone's in divine alignment. I'm gonna say that. Everything's gonna happen the way that it needs to. That's why this shift is happening. I just say that to say that that's why this shift is happening. And I probably just said a whole bunch of nothing within those, like, that last minute. Oh, please forgive me. I probably said a whole bunch of nothing because I didn't even because I was so busy trying not to say what I was supposed to say that the words just probably just jumbled up. And yeah, see, y'all just hear that? I have here Pleiades and trust your path. It says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Wow. And I just said that it's like those who are supposed to be a part of like this. Well, I didn't say anything about a mission, but it's like those who are a part of like supposed to be like a part of this mission. They're the ones that are dimming their light while there's other individuals. Yeah. I have here trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Remember I told you this is my favorite card in this deck. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Trust your path. What would you do? If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Within this double mission, is it just being yourself? Is it just you being unique? Is it just you doing what you've always wanted to do? Is that what it is? Sometimes I just wonder how these messages get to 40 minutes. Because we're on 40 minutes right now. All right, it says break the chain, ancestor patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You're breaking the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. It's like you're the one that's going to change the way things have been done. Yeah. Wow. As I said that, I have here seed in the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Wow. All right. I'm going to get a couple cards from here, and I know I said I was going to do only 2 decks. I'm going to see what comes out of here. I have here, they just fell on the floor, energetic clearing and love. Remember, we saw that in divine activation and healing. So that's definitely need to clear out energy. Wow. I have here energetic clearing, love, and extraordinary. That's why I love divine activation and healing. That's why I love these messages. Because every time I do a divine activation and healing messages, the cards always just come together. It always clarifies everything I said. So I have here energetic clearing, love, and extraordinary. Energetic clearing says, during crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. Wow. Wow. It's like things are being cleared so that you can answer the call. Then I have here love. It says divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Remember in divine activation and healing, energy clearing said something about there are people, places, and things that are being removed in this time because they no longer serve you. And I'm getting from this love card, love is taking the place of that. Love, as you energy clear, love is taking that place. And that's why this card says, it says divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Because love is what's also going to get you to this next shift. Wow. Then I have here extraordinary. Remember, extraordinary was in divine activation and healing. It says there's a wow, an impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Wow. Wow. And extraordinary, guess what it fell on? Don't dim to fit in. It says, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Extraordinary fell on top of don't dim to fit in. Wow. Wow. I'm glad I picked up this deck. I have here faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Faith. It's like have faith when it comes to your gifts, your abilities, your talents, who you are, who you're becoming. Have faith. I have here invite help. It's like I'm getting like invite help when it comes to what it is that you know the vision that you have, you know the greatness that you have within you. Maybe you're afraid in this time. This is why you may be dimming like your light. Maybe you may be afraid, or maybe you feel as though you don't know how to do it, or maybe you feel it's too much pressure. I believe this is why this invite help card here, because it's a reminder for you to know that you don't have to do this alone. Not only do you have help from divine, you have help in other realms as well. And it's a need for you to know that you don't have to do this alone. You have a higher self that's there, that already have the reality that you want, that is already there. It's just you aligning and becoming that. And, it's a reminder for you to invite that help. Ask. The card says, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God. Pursue me. Surrender. And that's on trust your path. Surrender says, sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. Flow is here. So it's a need for you to surrender and trust your path, and to know that you will be supported, and to let things flow with flow here. It says, allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. Wow. Inner power is here. You have the courage to see the light. You have the courage to lay down these foundations. You know that it's a part of the divine plan. As I split the deck, I split it on right action and ease. Inner power says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Wow. Right action. I'm going to get the overall message. If it sounds like I'm like super close to the mic, it's because I am. I just bought a new mic, and I'm just kind of, testing it out, seeing what it does, seeing how it do. So if I'm too close on this message, please forgive me. This message will still be posted. I know those mics where you can hear people swallowing. I'm not gonna lie, the mic is right there near my neck. So if you've been hearing me swallowing, please forgive me. Just let me slide on this one. Let me slide. Please, let me slide. Okay, let's get the overall message. All right, I got 2 out already. 2 more. I got relationship and courage. Enjoyment and companionship. All right. Let me see if there's any more that want to come out. What is the overall message you all are needing here? So far I have relationship, courage, enjoyment, and companionship. True love. Whole lot of love here. Striving. I'm gonna just take these 2. So we got, what is it, 6 cards? Yeah. Relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. Let me read that again. I just put all of that together. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. Courage. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Enjoyment. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. Enjoyment was next. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you invite love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear divine. Companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. True love. Your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner, but this sovereignty actually leads you to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet, dear divine, and know true love. Striving. Eventually, the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Be divine for letting me move with the flow. I apologize for this long message. Well, I don't apologize because it was meant to be this long. But normally divine activation and healing messages aren't this long. So I do believe that what was said in this message was meant, and it's going to get to whomever is needing to get to. So in this time, as you're awakening and shifting, this message is for you. Know that it's the right action and that everything is in alignment. I really hope that this message resonated with you all. I'm sending you so much love and light. And you get it to the win. Thank you.